Hey, can we be real for a second? Have you ever found yourself obsessively checking your phone, waiting for a text that never comes? Like, your whole mood is hanging on that one person, and deep down, you know this isn't healthy, but still, you can't walk away. Yeah, that's not love. That's an addiction. This isn't about judgment. This is about awareness. Because sometimes we're not in love with the person. We're addicted to the drama, the chase, or even just the idea of them. And today, we're going to break that cycle. If you've ever felt like you're losing yourself in someone else, if your happiness depends on their attention, or if every time you try to leave, something pulls you back, then keep watching, because we're breaking down the 3 brutal signs you're addicted to the wrong person. And more importantly, how to take your power back. You ready? Let's go. Alright, sign number 1, you're emotionally unstable. Now listen, this doesn't mean you're crazy or anything. It's way more subtle than that. Think about it. Do you feel like your emotions are on a roller coaster and that ride only starts when they enter the picture? 1 minute, you're on top of the world. Everything's great. You're feeling confident, productive. And then they text you back and suddenly you're spiraling. Did they really mean that emoji? Did you say something wrong? Are they pulling away? Or is it all in your head? If your happiness and peace depend on how they treat you or how they make you feel in a single moment, that's not love. That's emotional dependency. And it's a dangerous trap. When you're addicted to someone, they become your emotional anchor. And without them, you lose your sense of self. You're constantly trying to read between the lines of their messages, obsessing over their words. The crazy part, this isn't just a small emotional bump, it's a roller coaster. 1 minute, you're euphoric because they finally reached out, and the next minute, you feel like you're crashing because you didn't get the attention you wanted. Does that sound familiar? Because it's a clear sign that you might be addicted to someone who's not even emotionally available or aligned with you. You've got to break free from that cycle. You're more than just someone else's emotional ride. You deserve stability and consistency, not the constant highs and lows. So ask yourself, how much of your emotional state is based on this person's actions? How often does your peace feel like it's in their hands? That's the first sign. And trust me, the other signs aren't any less brutal. Alright, and sign number 2, you prioritize them over yourself. If you're constantly putting their needs, wants, and emotions before your own, guess what? You're in the danger zone. Now, I get it. Relationships should be about caring for each other, right? But there's a major difference between being selfless and completely losing yourself. Think about it. When was the last time you did something purely for yourself? Something that made you feel alive, recharged, and happy? Is it always about meeting their needs, attending to their schedule, or sacrificing your own plans just to make them happy? This is where things get tricky. You start to ignore your own boundaries, desires, and goals just to keep the peace with them. Maybe you stopped seeing your friends, gave up hobbies, or stopped chasing your own passions, all because you wanted to keep them happy. And sure, in the beginning, it might feel like you're being a good partner, right? Like you're sacrificing for the relationship. But over time, you lose yourself. You stop growing as an individual, and before you know it, you're so wrapped up in them that you forget about you. And here's the catch. The more you prioritize their happiness over yours, the more you'll start to feel like you're not enough. Because no matter how much you do for them, it'll never be enough. You'll keep giving and giving, expecting something in return, whether it's validation, affection, or just a tiny bit of attention. But they may not even notice. If you're constantly putting their needs before yours, losing your identity in the process, that's a massive sign you're addicted to the wrong person. So take a step back and ask yourself, what are you sacrificing? Are you still making time for yourself? Are you still doing the things that make you feel like you? Because if not, it might be time to hit the reset button. Alright, sign number 3, you stay for the potential, not the reality. This one is huge. It's so easy to get caught up in the idea of what could be instead of what actually is. You know what I mean? You start imagining all the ways they could change, how things could get better, and how amazing the relationship might become once they get their act together. You know, if they just put in a little more effort. But here's the hard truth. Potential is a dangerous game to play. Why? Because it's not real. Potential is like a shiny promise of something that's not here yet. It's an idea. It's the future. And while it's nice to dream, you can't base a relationship on the future. It has to be based on the present. So you keep holding on, hoping for things to change. You keep telling yourself that if you just hang in there long enough, if you just give them more time, they'll finally see your worth and show up in the way you deserve. But here's the kicker. You can't change someone who doesn't want to change. You can't build a healthy, sustainable relationship on hopes and dreams. You need to build it on what's real today. The actions they're taking right now. If you find yourself constantly waiting for them to become the person you know they can be, you're not actually in a relationship with the person they are. You're in a relationship with the person you wish they would become. And that's a recipe for frustration, heartache, and disappointment. So take a long, hard look at the present moment. Are you accepting things as they are? Or are you holding on to a vision of something that may never materialize? Now that we've gone through the signs, let's get real about what you can do about it. It's one thing to recognize the signs of being addicted to the wrong person, but it's another thing entirely to do something about it. If you're still in this relationship, if you're still holding on to someone who's draining you or treating you like an option, it's time for a wake-up call. The first thing you need to do is ask yourself this: am I staying because I truly believe this is the person I'm meant to be with, or am I staying because I'm afraid of being alone? Now, don't get me wrong, it's completely normal to fear loneliness. It's completely normal to crave connection. But you have to ask yourself, is this relationship serving you, or is it keeping you stuck in a cycle of pain and longing? The truth is, you deserve more than someone who only shows up for you when it's convenient for them. You deserve someone who is willing to meet you halfway, someone who recognizes your worth, and someone who makes you feel valued. Not just when they're in the mood, but consistently. Breaking free from an unhealthy, one-sided relationship isn't easy, but it's the most freeing thing you can do for yourself. So how do you break free? It starts with setting boundaries. It starts with prioritizing yourself over the illusion of a relationship that's not really giving you what you need. It's time to stop ignoring your worth and start demanding the love and respect you deserve. And remember, breaking free doesn't mean you're giving up on love. It means you're giving yourself the chance to experience real love, the kind that's mutual, supportive, and makes you feel unstoppable. You deserve a relationship where both people grow, support each other, and find happiness together. And if you're not getting that, it's okay to walk away. Your happiness is worth it. So if any of this hit home for you, if you're realizing that you've been stuck in a cycle of hope and disappointment, now's your time to take action. Let go of the fantasy. Stop chasing someone who doesn't see you as their equal. Set your boundaries, know your worth, and choose the person who chooses you. You deserve a love that fills you up, not one that drains you. You deserve to be with someone who meets you at your level. And hey, if this video gave you some clarity or helped you realize something important, drop a comment below. I want to hear your thoughts and your experiences. Let's build a community of people who know their worth and refuse to settle for less. Oh, and before you go, if you're ready to stop wasting time on the wrong people and start focusing on building the kind of relationships that make you feel powerful and fulfilled, make sure to subscribe to my channel, Elevate Limit. I've got plenty more coming your way. See you in the next one.